In the city of Jerusalem, within the walls of the Old City is the Western Wall, the closest place to the Holy of Holies that Jews and people of all faiths can come and pray freely. Today's tour isn't on this section of the Western Wall, but rather the section that's hidden underground as we visit the Western Wall Heritage Foundation. So come with me. So we're finally underneath in the Western Wall Heritage Foundation classic tour here with our expert guide here, Nahum. Thank you so much for joining us today and showing us the wonders, what is below the surface of the ground. And already here along the Western Wall, the first time in this tour that we see it, we have the Great Stone. And these are Herodian stones. And Herod went through great expense to do such detailed work along the stones, creating a frame and a 45-degree angle and another frame. You can still see the fine tooling marks from over 2,000 years ago. And the reason why is that all of this was buried for nearly 1,700 years until we came and we excavated everything out to reveal these stones. You can see just here behind Nahum, you can see a peg, original peg by the Romans that they put out of the wall, and this is Roman plaster. Why are the Romans putting plaster along the Western Wall? Well, they had no use for the platform that's on the other side where the temple stood. They turned this entire area into a reservoir to collect water when it was raining. But the stone itself, I called it the Great Stone, one of the largest ones ever excavated. It's literally almost 50 feet long, 12 feet high, and 10 feet deep. And the bedrock, this isn't the bedrock. The bedrock, the Western Wall goes down another 50 feet, which means they had to raise this huge stone and place it here, which must have taken such an incredible amount of ingenuity in order to do that. Come, let's head further down the tunnels to the closest we can get to the Holy of Holies when the temple stood. Come with us. We're walking through this tunnel along the Western Wall. As you're walking, you have these plexiglass windows where you can see part of the Western Wall that the Romans had pushed over from the very top. In one regard, we celebrate because we're back here in Jerusalem. We have the Western Wall. We have freedom of prayer for all nations once again. But at the same time, we see the destruction of the Second Temple, which also makes us sad. Let's continue as we walk down this awesome tunnel. So we just passed one of the gates along the Western Wall that led right to the temple itself, which means where we are right now on the Western Wall tunnel tour is directly across from where the temple stood and the Holy of Holies. When you're on the tunnel tour, you get an opportunity to come here and to be standing directly across from that holy place, just to be able to put your hands on these stones and to offer your prayers in what is the closest we can get to of the holiest place in the entire world. Is just unbelievable. So the stone that I'm running my hand along right now is actually the bedrock of Mount Moriah, the Temple Mount, also known as Mount Zion. And I'm now standing on paving stones from the marketplace that ran along the Western Wall. This is the original Wall Street. This was the economy of Jerusalem. So the money changers were located in this area as well. And I always find it so remarkable is to see this paving stone here unscathed because it was never used. At some point, the construction here just came to a sudden halt, and we just don't know why. But that doesn't matter. What matters most is that the Jewish people have returned to the land of Israel, to Jerusalem, our holy city, and once again can walk on these paving stones that our ancestors walked on when they made pilgrimage to our holy capital, the city of Jerusalem. Thank you for watching. And on your next visit to Jerusalem and the Old City, make sure to visit the Western Wall Tunnel Tour.